for another Warcry unboxing video. This time we're unboxing the Ravaged Lands. I did it wrong that time. Shattered Stormvault. Here it is, and it's a big box, like the corpse rack mausoleum from last week. So let's get this thing opened up. So what we should have in it is these two sort of little temples, some of the MacGuffin, and we've got this cool board which is double-sided, and this side should match the other sides of the other two existing boards to make a three-piece board, if you will. Yeah,
cool.
It's pretty cool. So let's take this off here. Doesn't want to come. There we go. This is the first time we've seen the Stormvault scenery. Came out a few weeks ago. This stuff.
Yeah. We didn't manage to get it, but now.
We've got some. So we'll be using Age of Sigmar as well as Warcry. We have this bit here. We have this bit here.
Some cards.
We've got some cards.
We've got the DSs.
Wow, that's bigger than I thought. I don't expect it to be about half that size. No. I may have managed to fit these in the box. It's been designed that way. Right, so these are the actual. I thought these were like multi-part bits as well. We had to stick together. That makes this a lot easier. Which is good as well because they're also lighter. They're basically, in essence, temple hills.
Yeah.
They're like hills.
Yeah.
They're quite large actually. Much larger than I was expecting. We'll put some models on them afterwards for scale purposes. Brilliant. So before we get on to the actual plastics, we've got some card in there, and we've got these as well. So while Claire opens the other, and we'll open this. As usual, the thing to actually...
They never work those, I don't know.
I've tried it multiple ways, it doesn't.
I don't know why we persist in trying it all the time. Hope.
Because of hope.
Hope.
So these are the cards for this scenery set. So as you can see, we've got like temple together, slightly separate. These two big temples take up quite a bit of space. So these are just different layouts for them to go on. I was wondering if there's any multiple cards like there was in the corpse rack set. Still cool though, because again that one you've got one on, but you've got some small parts. And this is for use on the other board. So there you go. With some of the scenery off that, the ruined city scenery. So you can see this does connect, and there's this board with some of the, yeah, so it mixes up. So it connects with what looks like just the main set, which would make sense because you might not necessarily have the corpse rack bit. That's a cool one. Cool. So card wise, we get a bunch more counters.
Counters, yeah. Which
is awesome. So again, if you haven't bought the main set, you can always just buy one of these and get the counters in it. This is one of those.
Yeah, just the one.
Just the one. And then have a look at the board. Wow. Play along. That's pretty cool.
No.
There we go. So just to show you it, that's the sort of Sigmarite vault side of it. That's pretty cool.
It does actually.
Yeah, it unfolds further. I've just not got a lot of room at the moment to unfold the whole thing. There we go. So that's the same as the corpse wrap when it folds into a smaller area. The other side is indeed this sort of Badlands, Chaos Badlands thing. So it matches the alternate size of the boards. Okay, just leave that there for a second. Move those there as well. We'll move on to taking these parts off. Did we get any instructions with it?
Yes, we did.
We did.
Just put them on the floor.
I'm not entirely sure we'll need them.
They all seem to be in one big bit, to be quite honest.
It's pretty obvious these sort of like Griffin Sphinxes, as I like to think of them, because they kind of look like Sphinxes with the Griffin. So Griffin Sphinxes. They're all on that one. And then we've got the columns and everything on this one. And we've got these sort of like raised walkways in this centrepiece on this one. So what we'll do, we'll get all these parts off. The sprues, are these numbered? Yes, they are actually numbered. Which might be relevant.
We'll get the instructions.
Yeah, we'll get the instructions in all that. And we'll be back in a second. Okay, so we're starting off with the Griffin Sphinxes, as I like to call them. We have the bases for these. It's F4, F1, F2 and F3, which makes these square bases. And then it's topped by F15, which is that bit there. And then we've got the Griffin pieces for this one, which is F11, F9, F14, 13, 12 and 10. So all the parts for this one. And the other one is F8, 5, 6 and 7, 22, 18, 16, 21, 20, 19 and F17. They look like they go together the same way, but obviously with different name parts. It's like they probably won't be, you know, changeable between the two. They do look slightly different in the way that they sort of attach. So what we'll do, we'll get all these parts off and then we'll start putting it together. Okay, so we're going to start off by building these base parts. So these are just sort of on the box. We have F4, which is the long one there, and F3, which is the long one there, going that way around. Then we have F1 there, and F2 there. And they have these little bits that are quiet where these will stick in. So they should go in no problem. So we'll stick those together, put the top part on, and then come back to the Griffin. I'll also do the same on the other side, because it's pretty much a mirror image. And then they're both up to the same place. So we'll be back in a moment. So we have completed the, it was like a dais, would you say? I don't know.
Yeah, like a plinth.
Plinth, that's a better word, plinth. So I've tried to copy the, because it looks like they could go either way on which way around this top part goes. It looks pretty universal, but I've tried to stick it the way it is. So on this one you've got these three sort of like metal loop things, like door knockers to me, and you got one missing on that side. So from the picture you can see it's that way around, and again this one you can see you got three complete ones on this side and you got one in the middle missing. So again, just mirroring the picture just in case there is, I don't think it would really matter which way you put them. But next we'll move on to the Griffin statue. So in this case it's F11 and F9. Those two parts will go together. Pretty much like so. When it's glued. Leaving this bit at the back there, and this bit at the front there. So that's the back piece, which is going to go there. That's the front piece, which is going to go there. And then you have these two, like the legs at the back, aren't they? So they're going to go on, one on that side, and then the other one on the other side to make the Griffin's bum and hind legs. So we'll stick the Griffin together, attach them to the plinth, and then we'll be back with two finished Griffin Sphinxes. Okay, so here are our Griffin Sphinxes, two of them. pretty awesome. Bigger than I thought they were going to be actually. With all this Stormcast Vault stuff, it is bigger than it looked. I'm quite impressed. So I might be tempted to get maybe the round dice or something for playing the Age of Sigmar. Right, so that's those guys. Next we have a couple of braziers, which is E9 and E10. We also have this bit here, which is E11, and we have E11 there. So those are the same, are they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They also have the attachments are the same. So they're going to basically attach on top of those. And you have your brazier, and then you have an optional whether you want to have fire in there or not. Fire?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I think we'll have the fire on those because they can look a bit empty if you don't. I'm just going to glue those together. Yeah, we'll put those in there because, like I say, they look a bit empty otherwise. And it'll be magical fire, so it doesn't need restarting or anything. Then we have the, I think this is meant to be the vault part. So we have E4, we have E1, which are these two pieces, which do actually fit together. So that does actually go together like that if you want to make a smaller one. And then cool. You have E2, which looks nothing like the picture because it looks straight on there, which then attaches to that, and then its opposite side, which is E3, which goes on there. And obviously those will attach and put that in, boom. When it's glued it won't do that. And then this bit, E5, will go on the top. So I will glue all this together because this is for use in Warcry. It'll look like that all the time, I hope. But then again, I made that mistake by putting the steps onto the starter set. So attaching the steps onto the bell and attaching the steps onto this bit. Because in the first one we actually pulled out, you meant to take that bit off there, which you can't because it's glued on, and put the steps on the other side, so you got like a walkway going on. Kind of a pointless walkway. Would have been a walkway over a statue's head. I mean, that looks more like a lookout pole. But there you go. But yeah, so you meant to really leave them separate so you can move them around. This I'm just going to glue together as well because I think it looks better as a big section. And then if you tried to balance this on the table, you have to blue tack it together or something. So there we go. I'll stick that together. Stick these together. Then basically the only other thing which I'm not actually going to add on are these wall sconces. These are completely optional, and they go onto the column sections. Actually, I do have a column here. Claire's just been cutting one off. These columns are completely solid. Well, not completely solid, hollow. But you're not having to glue these together. They come like that. It's a column, done. Same with this bit here. That is also done. So there we go. So you'll just be putting that on top of there. As long as you don't knock the table, you're fine. But again, maybe even after painting, I might blue tack them together. If there's a way to put a magnet in. You put a magnet in there, maybe one in there. I might keep it in place a bit better. I'll think about that. But that'll be easy to put in after I've painted them, so it won't be before. So those are those sections, and they don't glue together unless you really want to glue them together. I'm going to leave them sort of modular. Again, in Warcry, use a lot of different sort of setups, so I think they do need to be left for Warcry purposes separate. If you're using this in Age of Sigmar, you could build it however you wanted. And then the last pieces we've got are these, which are just these slabs that will sort of act as walkways. They don't need anything doing with them either. I do have these random pieces. If you haven't seen these, I think what these are, not having a dais here, what you do is you put those onto there, and then you can have that off on a flat side, and then have it onto the steps of the dais. So it gives you that circular area. These aren't in the instructions anywhere, so I reckon that's what they're for. They probably appear in the instructions for like the dais box set or something like that. But in this, they're just extras. But I'm thinking I might get a couple more pieces of this so I can have a whole table, which is just a big temple for Age of Sigmar, which would be awesome. Anyway, let's glue these together and we'll set one of the temples up just to have a look at how big it is and we can compare some models of them. And we're back. Everything's stuck together that's going to be stuck together. This thing's huge, so you get 2 of these big bases. So that's a big part of any board, really. You've got like 2x2's worth of terrain on a Warhammer 40k board, or sorry, well, Age of Sigmar board. Easily. That's cool. So just for scale purposes, these are our 2 new warband leaders. Colours in mind. The bases need to be done, obviously. But you can see there how big this actually is, this scenery. It's a lot bigger than he is. Some of the smaller models actually fit quite easily underneath this bridge. There we go. So yeah, just from a side view you can see how big one of these is. There you go. So we're going to be stood next to it, it's going to be that big. So we've got this full battle area on top of here. This massive fighting platform where these 2 guys can have a proper scrap. See who wins. There we go. So that is basically the Stormvault set for Warcry, and quite easily usable in Age of Sigmar. You can have that around anywhere you want, really. You can have that there. And then have those guys guarding it, and have this going off onto the other platform and whatever. Which is probably one of the setups. Yeah, I really like this.
Cool, isn't it? Yeah, very
I'm
nice.
I'm just impressed by the scale of it. I expected some of these to be like 2/3 this size.
Yeah, I was quite surprised when I saw those. It was quite big.
I mean, they're the full size of the box. So it's like, you get 2 of them. So there we go. So
cool.
That's this video done. Please like and subscribe. It helps out loads. Let us know in the comments what you want to see, which battle zones you want us to see us fight in. We will be playing some more Warcry. Obviously Claire's busily painting away there. She'll soon have her first warband finished. I just need to base my guys, and then I'm going to start on the Corvus Cabal and the chicken runners. I've got one of those there. He's not finished actually. I'm not going to show that on camera. I'll wait until they're done. The Raptrixes.
I need to do the Furies.
The Furies. So there we go. So we're not far off actually. So stay tuned for more Warcry. And Necromunda will be coming soon. We're going to have a little bit of a break, probably for a day or so, and then film it. So it might be during next week that comes up. And then whatever happens next.
Yay!
So as I said, please join us for that. And in the meantime, you guys take care. Have fun.
We'll see you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye!